just leaving Compton Abbas Airfield, which is between Blandford and Shaftesbury and Dorset. And I'm going to show you the first part of the green lane we're doing today. It's a boats highway, so it's a byway open to all traffic. It's quite a busy day because it's Saturday, and this trail is particularly popular for dog walkers, so we can't go too fast along there. And you always have to bear in mind there's motorbikes and cars coming the other way. It is quite a scenic route, so that's why it's very popular for dog walkers. I've done this trail quite a few times now, so I'm only really doing it to cut through to Ox Drove, which I've done before, but I haven't done the second part of Ox Drove where you rejoin the road and then turn off again to do the part 2, and we'll see how that goes. It's just me today because Sorrel's away doing something with her friends to celebrate her birthday, which is next weekend. But hopefully we'll get out on the bikes tomorrow and go somewhere, maybe Salisbury Plain, and we'll do a video there. Well, I've just opened all my vents because it's very hot when you're stopped, but when you get going it's pretty chilly. But when you're doing trails you definitely do want them open. I was tempted to put on my summer gear, but we've just been away in Greece, so I'm not quite acclimatised to this yet. But once you pass Compton Abbas Airfield, you drive for about a mile, and then you get to this junction up here, just coming up, and you basically do a staggered straight. Just follow where that van went. There's already quite a nice view here, so you just turn right here, and that is the little trail up to the car park for Wind Green, where I'm going to adjust my tyre pressures. Got to go a little bit careful on here because it's a bit like riding on marbles compared to my R90. Even just riding on this feels like nothing, whereas my R90, every little stone you'd feel. I'm going to overtake it maybe. There's quite a few little hidden bumps here. Just going to stop here and do my tyre pressures. It helps because the tyres I got are the original and they're not that great on trails. It does sometimes get quite muddy when it's been raining up here. You see there's lots of cows over there already, so we've got to take caution because they do walk on the actual path. Okay, tyre pressure's done, about to go. I've just seen quite a few dog walkers, so I'm going to take it nice and easy along here. I know people do bomb it along here on their bikes, but as a dog walker myself I'd rather not hit one. Shit, I forgot to turn off the rear ABS. Hang on. Rookie mistake. Rider mode. Off-road here. Alright, let's do this thing. It's been a while since I've ridden this bike, and particularly off-road, so it feels weird being back on such a good bike for off-roading, to be fair. Yeah. This is the bit that always catches me out with people coming the other way. It's not as bad as I thought. it. Some of those big stones there felt a bit sketchy. I haven't ridden in a while. I've only done a couple green lanes on this bike, so yeah, this bit's nice. See ahead now, so I can go a bit faster, although it is clay along here. So okay, up ahead here, you can continue right for a bit, but I'm pretty sure it comes to a dead end. But I'm going to take this back to the road to start Ox Drove. Ox Drove is quite a nice one. It does split off in a few directions, but the way I'm going is the longest way. I think the other two ways just take you back to a farm road. See here, it does continue up there, but I always follow it back to the road here, and then we ride for about a couple minutes to the start of Ox Drove. Should have worn my goggles. Yeah, it would have been much better if I wore my goggles, because every time I open this visor, it's got a transition lens and it takes a minute to adjust, and at the moment I can just see dark and light parts of my visor, which is not great. I think I've lost my rear brake. Fuck. Was weird. In off-road mode, it wouldn't even let me just tap the brake slightly. That was really weird. The rear brake just wouldn't do anything. Sorry, it's the beginning of Old Ox Drove. Crikey. When I used to ride my Beamer along here, these bricks here felt terrible. Bike's a lot more pokey than I remember. Having spent a little while on a Honda CR300, this has definitely got a more power and punch to it. Some walkers. Definitely need to put my gear lever up because I have to sit down to change gear every time at the moment. Yeah, horse droppings as well, so there could be some horses up here. They never appreciate a noisy bike. Because it's been like a month and a half or 2 months since I last come along here, the change of the seasons made it look completely different, and they've cut down a load of trees, so it looks like a completely different trail to me. Just go a bit slower in case someone's coming the other way. Right here is a crossroads, and I do see people go left here, but I'm pretty sure on Google Maps it just takes you to a farm track. But I will explore it at some point, but it doesn't look very interesting. But this way continues for a little while, although pick a rut and stay in it. It's quite bumpy. I might not look it, but these ruts are pretty deep. Don't remember it being like this last time. I know later on it gets like this, but for me, I'm not all about getting everywhere as fast as I can. It's nice to test your skills, but I'm still quite inexperienced at this, and I don't want to hurt myself. I know the bike can take a little drop here and there, but duck for these branches a bit. Yeah, this is someone's house up here on the right. I've seen quite a few vehicles before along this bit, farmers. Just one thing to bear in mind. But it's still such a nice little scenic route, and it's just on our doorstep, so it suits us. There's probably another route back there. I do have to go back and explore it, but the little ones catch you out. Ooh. Definitely keen to try some Dunlop Trail Max raids. I mean, these tyres are right for mostly road, but anything else, pushing your luck a bit. This is quite deep kitty litter, is what I would call it. Right, from memory, the hardest part is coming up, where you got lots of bumps and quite small ruts to try and stay in. So I'm just gonna go careful, not try and swap ruts. You and your KTM's probably laughing at me. But some of them are so deep, you've got to be careful not to hit your foot peg on the side. And this one here, that was a tight one. Or you could just go on the grass, but where would be the fun in that? And it's probably more slippy in some ways. Oh, big stone hit the bash plate. Just coming to the end of this part here. I was always in the understanding there's a second part of Ox Drove, but we'll see in a second. See what the signs say. See that sign there is the beginning of it if you're going that way, but I'm pretty sure if you carry on up here there's more byway from what I've looked on the maps. Let's have a look see. Breeze feels lovely. Let's have a look, see if there's any signs or anything. That's a footpath. It's a field. Let's carry on for a little bit. If not, we'll just turn around and backtrack. I don't think it's going to be a rejoin to another part of the byway along here. I'll get the old map out in a second. I might be wrong, I think that might be the rest of the byway that way. So I just rode along that road for about 3 or 4 minutes. Let's have a look. Here we are. Byway open to all traffic. Now I haven't done this side yet, so I need to go extra cautiously. I don't know what the sort of conditions are like and how many people use it. Let's have a look. My eyes are watering because I've got my visor open and I really just want to keep cool. Yeah, this is fucking slidey as fuck. I'm not doing this today. Part 2 of Oxford Drove, because it goes on for fucking miles like this and it's so skiddy. And I'm chickening out because I don't want to hurt myself when I'm on my own. Probably why you only see the enduro bikes down there. Stop recording. Stop recording.